Hello and welcome to the Certified Ethical Hacker Study Guide. In this video, we will discuss Chapter 7.8, Object-Oriented Programming. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Now let's flip our way into the first topic after this short break. Understanding object-oriented programming concepts. Just when you think you're comfortable with a technology concept, something new comes along. Although the concept of object-oriented programming, or OOP, isn't new to experienced programmers, it might not be familiar to those just learning how to write their first Perl script, for example. Perl 5.0 uses object-oriented programming concepts, and Perl 6.0 will be based solely on this model. So this section covers some basic object-oriented concepts as a foundation for writing another Perl script. This section is by no means a complete discussion of a complex concept. Learning object-oriented programming takes time and practice, and this section merely introduces you to the fundamental concepts. Now let's land on into the next topic, right after this short break. Components of object-oriented programming. The version of Perl you installed has additional functions that can make program calls to the Windows Application Programming Interface, or WIN API. Programmers should know what functions are available in different operating systems so that they can write programs that interact with these functions. For example, a C programmer knows that the WIN API has the node name function, which returns the NetBIOS computer name. To use this function, the programmer references it with Win32 node name. The double colon separates the name of the class, Win32, from the member function, node name. In object-oriented programming, classes are structures that hold pieces of data and functions. The following code example shows the employee class in C++. Classes can be written in many object-oriented languages, such as Java, Object COBOL, and Perl. Now let's flip on into the next topic, right after this short break. Win32 API functions. The Win32 class contains many functions you can call from your Perl script. The function getLastError returns the last error generated when a call was made to the Win32 API. OLLastError returns the last error generated by the Object Linking and Embedding API. BuildNumber returns the Perl build number. Login name returns the username of the person running Perl. Node name returns the NetBIOS computer name. Domain name returns the name of the domain the computer is a member of. FS-type returns the name of the file system, such as NTFS or FAT. GetCWE returns the current active drive. SetCWE, with the newdir parameter, enables you to change to the drive designated by the newdir variable. GetOSName returns the operating system name. Now let's ride on into the next topic, right after this short break. More Win32 API functions. Format message converts the error message number into a descriptive string. Spawn starts a new process, using arguments supplied by the programmer and the process ID. Lookup account C returns the account name, domain name, and security ID type. Initiate system shutdown shuts down a specified computer or server. Abort system shutdown aborts the shutdown if it was done in error. Get tick count returns the Win32 tick count, which is the time elapsed since the system first started. Expand environmental strings returns the environmental variable strings specified in the endString variable. Get short path name returns the 8.3 version of the long path name. In DOS and older Windows programs, file names could be only 8 characters with a 3-character extension. Get next available drive returns the next available drive letter. Register server loads the DLL specified by library name and calls the DLL register server function. Unregister server loads the DLL specified by library name and calls the DLL unregister server function. Sleep pauses for the number of milliseconds specified by the time variable. Attackers and security professionals can use these functions to discover information about a remote computer. Although these functions aren't difficult to understand, becoming proficient at using them in a program takes time and discipline. For security professionals who need to know what attackers can do, gaining this skill is worth the time and effort. Now let's fall on into the next topic, right after this short break. The objective of this activity is to install Perl on Windows and learn how to access the Win32 API from a Perl script. In this activity, you'll install active Perl on a Windows computer and write a basic Perl script using the formatting functions you have already learned and the Win32 API functions in Table 7 to 10. Windows doesn't support Perl by default, so you have to download and install a Perl engine. If possible, work in groups of 3 to 4 students. Start your web browser and go to www.activestate.com/products/perl/. The active Perl page displays a free version and a commercial version. Click the download button for the download for free version as shown in Figure 7.12. Clicking the download button displays the download page. Scroll down and then click the active Perl 5.28 for Windows link to download Perl, see Figure 7.13. As newer versions of active Perl are available, the version number increases, so it may not be 5.28 when you download it. After the file has been downloaded, locate and run the installation file. If necessary, respond to any security prompts. In the Welcome window of the Active Perl Setup Wizard, click Next. Read the license agreement, verify that the I accept the terms in the license agreement option button is selected, and then click Next. If you need to change from the default location, enter the path to the new location. Click Next. In the Ready to Install window, click Install. Click Yes to respond to the UAC prompt, if necessary. After several minutes, the program is installed. In the last window, click Finish. Read the release notes, which are displayed in your web browser automatically. Next, you install a program called Notepad++ to use as an editor for your programming. Recall that Notepad++ is an improvement on the Windows Notepad program. Notepad++ is aware of programming constructs and displays your code with formatting that assists you while you are coding. Go to and download and install the latest version. Download the 64-bit 64 version of the installer. To begin writing your Perl script, start the Notepad++ application. Save the file as win32.pl in the C-SAF Perl 64 directory. In the new Notepad++ file, type hamburg win32.pl on the first line and press Enter. Now let's crash on into the rest of this activity, right after this short break. Use what you've learned in this module to write comments for documenting the program. Be sure to enter the author's name, date, and a brief description of what the program does, such as the functions it accesses from the Win32 API. After your lines of documentation, press Enter several times to create blank lines for separating your comments from the program code. Then type use Win32 and press Enter. Note, don't forget the semicolon. You need 5 pieces of information noted in the bulleted list before this activity from the Win32 API. Attempt to write the code for getting this information and then save the program. If you need assistance, use the following steps. Type login equals Win32 login name and press Enter. This line populates the login variable with the information gathered from login name. Type the following lines to populate the other variables needed to complete the task, pressing Enter after each line. The following variables need to be displayed on screen. Type the lines of code as shown, pressing Enter after each line. When you're finished, your window should look similar to Figure 7.14. After typing all the code, save the program, run it, and debug any errors. Figure 7.15 shows the output. What's wrong with this report? Spend time improving the report's formatting so that anyone reading the output could understand its meaning. Meet with your group to discuss improvements that should be made to the script. Explain these improvements. What other information might be beneficial for a security professional to get from this report? Select a spokesperson from your group to give a 3 to 5 minute presentation on the final script and state why your program is the most marketable. After all the presentations, have the class choose a winner. Close all open windows. Now let's fly on into the next topic, right after this short break. In this video, we start with understanding object-oriented programming concepts. From there, we took off to components of object-oriented programming. From there, we covered Win32 API functions. Then, we created a Perl script to access Win32 API. If you find this video useful, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. To see more videos like this, please click in the rectangle in the middle of your screen. To see other videos from this channel, please click the circle on the bottom right. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.